everyone, welcome to my channel, and today's book or reading is going to be how will your married life or marriage life or whatever it is going to be like. Okay, so this is going to be with your future spouse and not just any random person that you can think of. Um, but before that, I'm doing personal readings, so if you are interested, feel free to look in the description box below. I'm doing $5 for 5 questions and $5 for channel love messages, so feel free to email me. So right now, as you can see, we got 4 groups in here. The first one is the Two of Wands, the second one is the Nine of Swords, the third one is the Seven of Swords in reverse, and the fourth one is the Queen of Swords in reverse. So you can pause the video if you need time, you can meditate on it, but we'll start off with pile number 1. Okay, so for those who chose pile number 1, this is your reading. So how will be your married life be? So you got the tribe, yin, emergence in reverse, the 10 of wands in reverse, the world in reverse, the 7 of wands in reverse, and temperance in reverse. And you also chose the 2 of wands, so which is one of the choices earlier. So this is going to represent your future spouse's personality in here. But before we even start, I just want to put this out there that I'm going to be realistic as possible. Okay, so I'm gonna be focusing on the positive and the negative aspects of the relationship, because I'm probably aware that married life or marriage life, whatever it is something serious. It's not really all about rainbows and unicorns, and as much as possible I don't want to sugarcoat this, so maybe some of you might get mad or might get offended if you hear something that you don't want to hear in the relationship, so I apologize for that, but gotta be real in here. So yeah, let's get started. So again, let's get started with the future spouse's personality first. So they could be an fire sign. I'm seeing a lot of fire in here. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or you could be the fire sign. I'm not sure about the world and the temperance, but I'm feeling like earth as well for some reason, like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be those signs or your person could be those signs, but it doesn't have to be. So right away, I feel like your person is definitely someone understanding. Okay, your person is someone who's going to understand your point of views. I also feel like this person is someone very organized and is good at planning. So this person is also very much practical in life. For some reason, even though it's not really pentacles, I'm seeing like this person is very practical. They might, like, they have a lot of wisdom to share because they've been in certain experiences in their life that they turn into their wisdom, if that makes sense. I also feel like this person really likes traveling, and it's kind of funny because their personality is kind of different from what I'm seeing in your relationship, which I'm going to be talking about later. So I also feel like your person is very good at communicating. So they really like socializing. They're very outgoing, very outspoken, and very active as well. For some of you, it's not going to resonate. For all of you, you might meet this person through social media. So just putting it out there. So let's get on to the into the relationship. So first of all, this is like the most ideal kind of relationship in here, okay? But again, there's no perfect relationship. So, well, at least for me, it seems like a perfect relationship, especially if you are an introvert or something like, with a quiet person. This is very ideal for you. But for some of you, it might be something boring. But from what I'm seeing in here, this is going to be a very loving relationship, okay? This is going to be like a very family oriented kind of relationship wherein all of the members of the family is going to be, not just you and your husband, but also, or you and your wife, like also with your kids. Like, you're going to have this beautiful bond inside the household, okay? And there's a lot of love with the yin and the tribe in here. It's very beautiful because it's almost like all of you are going to be, is that tight knit? Like, I'm not sure, but there's something about being family oriented in here and being close to one another. Like, there's a lot of caring involved. Like, I'm going to talk about the positive thing first and then I'll proceed to the negative thing. But for the positive thing, like, again, I'm seeing like a lot of loving and caring, concern energy in here. I feel like you're not only going to be super close to your husband or wife, but also you're going to be close to your kids if you're wanting kids. Okay, like, very ideal. So this is almost like the type of family wherein most people will feel jealous of because they see your relationship with your person as something very ideal or something like a perfection, even though it's not really perfect. And you know, the yeah, I feel like that's the main theme of your relationship, wherein this is going to be a very loving connection. And with the Seven of Wands and the Yin card in here, just indicates to me that if ever you're going to have fights with your person, it's not going to be something scary. It's not going to be something like, you're going to have physical abuse happening in here, or bad, like, cursing or something. Whatever you can imagine that is happening in the household, and there's like some shit, you like some shitty things happening in the household. I don't think that's going to happen in this one, because it's most likely when you argue with your person, both of you are going to work it out. Okay, both of you are going to try to calm yourselves down and try to understand each other's point of views in here, especially your person. Okay, your person is very understanding, like I said earlier, and it's almost like both of you are going to be, the bottom line is this relationship is going to be a calm relationship. Okay, there's no pressure is what I'm seeing. For some reason, it's almost like if there's some trials, challenges that comes in the relationship and the family, because of your bond with each other, because of the bond of the whole house or whole family in here, it's it's nothing. It's not really of a big deal for the both of you and for the whole family is what I'm seeing. It's kind of weird. I'm not sure if it really exists, but I feel like this is the type of relationship wherein you and your partner will not really have super is that drastic, like super drastic fights or arguments in here, because both of you are so understanding of each other, and it's going to be like very calming. It's almost like a healing relationship in here. Like, both of you are going to teach each other how to understand each other's point of views in here, how to be more patient with each other as well, and live live with peace is what I mean. Peace and love. And with the world and the tribe in here, the only thing that I'm getting is that this is going to be like a very private kind of relationship. Okay, because some relationships are just so public, like, oh, this is what's happening in our household, like, those kind of people was just so open and out there when it comes to their relationship. This one is something very private. This is something very low key, but at the same time, even though it's low key, it's something it's a good relationship that is going on in here. Okay, so other people might see your relationship as something like boring, or like there's no excitement happening, but they don't really see the depth of this connection. Okay, what you see on the surface is not really what's happening on the inside of this relationship. That's what I mean. Because both of you are just going to kind of like agree to not make this super public to people. And what else? I guess the only negative thing that I'm seeing in your relationship is that it really might seem boring, especially if you are the type of person who really likes excitements, who really likes travels and luxuries. Like this one is such a simple kind of relationship, okay? It's a very cozy relationship. And I feel like most of you are going to enjoy your time with your person inside the house, because some other couples like, having dates outside the house, like going on to vacations and traveling. That's why I said that your person's personality is very different from the relationship in here, because despite of your person's adventurous personality, it's almost like both of you are contented to have each other inside the house and have that cozy atmosphere going on. And with, yeah. And another thing that I'm getting in your relationship when it comes to the negative thing in here is that one of you are going to be codependent on each other or on another person in here. It's going to be like, one person here might be relying too much on the other person, and that might cause some type of clinginess as well. But other than that, I'm not really seeing anything much negative in here, because like I said, it's something ideal. It's something like a dream kind of household. Well, for me, this is something like a dream family, but for some people it won't be something that you would like to have. But with a ton of wants in here, again, like I said earlier, both of you are going to move past any trials and tribulations that will come in your relationship, okay? This is a very kind of like stress free kind of relationship, because both of you are going to be calm. Both of you are going to be very loving, genuine, and caring. So, so what else am I seeing in here? So, I guess that's what I'm seeing for your relationship with your person. It's very simple, but it's very beautiful as well. So, I hope this resonated. If ever you feel like this is going to resonate, feel free to leave a comment down below. Bye. Okay, so for those who chose pile number 2, this is your reading. So, how will be your married life be? So, you got here and now, karma, 5 of Swords in reverse, the 10 of Swords in reverse, the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Tower in reverse. And then you got the 9 of Swords, which is going to be your future spouse's personality in here, okay? But before we start the reading in here, I just want to be clear that I'm going to say the positive and the negative things in your relationship with this person, because I'm aware that married life is not going to be easy. It's not all about rainbows and unicorns. So as much as possible, I don't want to sugarcoat things in here, because I see this as something sensitive and a touchy subject for some people, and some people might get mad, might get offended, or might get worried if they hear something negative in their, married life. And, I just want to be realistic in here. So yeah. So let's get on to the to your person's future, or to your future spouse personality first, okay? So right away, I feel like, it's really very obvious that your person is represented by the 9 of Swords, which is your person can be, most of the time, can be pessimistic. Your person tends to be, your person tends to be anxious a lot. And I feel like your person does have a lot of insecurities, and they're very sensitive souls. Okay, they could, by the way, for signs, I'm seeing air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm seeing a little bit of Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but I'm mostly seeing air in here. So your person could be those signs, or you could be those signs, but it doesn't have to be. But again, I feel like your person is a very sensitive person, okay? They have a lot of insecurities. They tend to be pessimistic. They can sometimes like self-victimize themselves in such situations, like, which is not really good. But your person, you just have to be a little bit careful when it comes to this person, because they might have the tendency to be an overthinker in here. They might have the tendency to be, I don't know, for some reason, for some of you, they could even have some type of addictive behaviors in here. It doesn't have to be drugs, or it doesn't have to be alcohol, but it could be different things. But I'm seeing that your person could have some type of addiction in here, okay? So just keep that in mind. And again, you need to be really sensitive towards this person, because they're very insecure within themselves, and they tend to think of the worst case scenario always. So you just have to be careful with your words, with your behavior or action towards this person, because maybe for some of you, you might have a different, you might be two different people. I feel like this person is also an introvert. This is someone who's very kept to themselves. This is someone who's usually aloof, and they may be dealing, for some of you, might be even dealing with depression, okay? They might be dealing at the moment, or they will be dealing with depression. So let's get on to the actual relationship in here. As you can see, there are lots of negative cards in here, but it doesn't mean that your relationship is going to be completely negative, because I actually admire this relationship despite of its negativity. So first of all, I'm seeing that this is going to be a tough, strong relationship, okay? Although I'm seeing a lot of karmic, or a lot of karma that will that the divine will bring into this relationship, this is going to be something super strong that no one can really break this down. Considering that you got the Tower in reverse and the Ten of Swords in reverse, just indicates to me that this is indestructible, which is amazing. And all relationships, or all marriages, have karmas, but this one has a lot of karma that both need to you both need to deal together. And this might really cause a lot of conflict in the relationship. I wouldn't even be surprised if you be separated from this person, okay? Because I'm seeing that despite of its strong foundation that you have built together, there could be a time, or there could be a point of time in your relationship where both of you might get separated, okay? And then you will come back together again, which is why I said it's something strong. You will definitely reconcile with this person, but there will be, like, again, there will be a period of time wherein you're going to be separated from this person, because it's almost like there could also be times that both of you just wanted to give up and just let each other go, because you might not even vibe with each other. You might not even understand each other's point of views. If I will compare this pile to pile number one, pile number one's pile is just very loving, very understanding. But this one, with the karma card in here, it's almost like both of you are just going to strangle each other, and just, I feel like there's a lot of arguments that will occur in this relationship. There will be a lot of misunderstandings, because both of you don't really get each other's point of views in here. And that's just part of the relationship, because even though there's a lot of arguments, there's a lot of disputes that is going to happen, at the end of the day, this is your life partner. You will stay by each other's side, okay? Even if there's no forever in this lifetime, or in this life, it's going to last. It's going to be long term. It's not going to be a simple short term kind of relationship. because it's almost like you will move past all of these trials that will come in your relationship, okay? And like I said, there's going to be a tower moment that will occur in your relationship, but at the end of the day, you will reconcile with this person, and it will make your relationship much more stronger than before. You got the Five of Swords in reverse in here, and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So again, it's almost like both of you or one of you really want to give up the other person in here because you feel so tired. This connection makes you so drained because you're tired of the arguments, you're tired of the karmas that is coming in your way, the challenges. And again, this is not something to be given up on, okay? Both of you will still fight for this connection, even though there will be tower moments and endings that might occur in the relationship. And I really apologize if I keep stuttering in this reading. I don't know why, but this one makes me kind of like stutter. You know what? I also feel like this is a karmic marriage, but at the same time, it's not really, even though it's karmic, it's something long term. So you will definitely learn a lot of lessons in this relationship, which will make it much more stronger because they say that, a relationship will only be strong or will be much more stronger if there will be karma that is coming in. But if there's no karma, it's almost like you will not learn, and then the relationship will probably not be even successful. So that's what I'm seeing here. I also feel like, one or both of you can be really suffocating for each other. Maybe one of you can be really controlling, can be really manipulative, and the other person doesn't really like that. So there's definitely clashes that is going to happen in here. But this is like the phoenix, wherein both of you are going to rise above the ashes, despite of everything that happened. It's almost like, it's really admirable for some reason, because it's almost like if you tell this to other people, if you tell your married life to other people, other people will be like, will kind of like judge your relationship, will kind of like think that your relationship is shitty. But at the same time, if you look deeper into it, you're gonna realize that this connection is worth it. This relationship is something to be keep or to be kept. It's not an easy one, but at the same time, it's worth fighting for. That's what I'm seeing. So that's really good. So I feel like it's really mixed. Like the positive and the negative aspects of your relationship is complementing each other, which makes it stronger in here. So that's what I'm seeing for your relationship. I hope that helped. If you feel like it will resonate in a way, please leave a comment down below if it did. And that will be all. Bye. Okay, so for those who chose pile number 3, this is your reading. So how will be your marriage or married life be like? So you got TikTok, celebration, Ace of Pentacles, and another Ace of Pentacles. So you got 2 Ace of Pentacles in here. Knight of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and you also and you got the 7 of Swords in reverse in here, which is going to indicate your future spouse's personality. So before we even start the reading, some of you might get mad or might get hurt or might get offended if you hear something negative in the reading, because I know this is something like a very touchy or a sensitive topic for some of you. So I just want to put it out there that I'm going to talk about the positive and the negative aspect of your relationship with your person. So this is going to be something realistic. It's not going to be like a fairy tale kind of relationship, because obviously we all know that there's no fairy tale kind of marriage. So let's get started with your future spouse's personality in here first. So for signs, I'm seeing air because of the 7 of Swords. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but I'm seeing a lot of Earth in here. Okay, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Your person could be those signs, or you could be those signs. I'm seeing also fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. So that's what I'm seeing for the signs. So for your future spouse's personality, I feel like this person is going to be very faithful to you, okay? This is the type of person who's going to stay by your side, like, whatever it takes. Like, you know, the Seven of Swords in upright is, someone sneaky, someone who, you know, it's like the cheating card in here. But from what I'm seeing, your person is definitely someone is going to be very faithful. Or if not faithful, it's going to be someone very loyal to you. It is someone that you can trust, okay? That you can depend on. This is someone that you shouldn't really doubt because this person is going to be serious, okay? This person is actually very balanced. It's almost like they have this playful nature about them, but they also have this serious nature about them as well. So very balanced and kind of stable energy in here for some reason. And so let's get on to the actual relationship in here. So I'm going to be mentioning, or I'm going to be talking about the positive aspect of the relationship first, and I'll proceed to the negative aspect of the relationship. So, first of all, I feel like this relationship is going to be a one in a lifetime chance for you, okay? So, you shouldn't really miss this opportunity because this is really something like a gift from God. This is something like you should cherish, you should take care of, you shouldn't really take for granted because it's not like the usual relationships. It's not even, it's kind of rare nowadays. It's rare. So this relationship is for keeps. This relationship is something to be really invested on. And I feel like both of you will do that. Considering that you got two Ace of Pentacles in here, like the good thing about this relationship is both of you are going to put a lot of effort for this connection, for it to grow, for it to have this strong, stable foundation. Which probably, you will definitely have that strong foundation in here. I'm seeing a lot of groundedness, a lot of stability happening in here, considering that you got a lot of pentacles. So it's definitely going to be something stable. It's not going to be just up in the air kind of thing going on in here. And again, both of you are going to be really serious of each other. Both of you are going to be really invested on each other. This is like this is almost like a dream kind of married life in going on in here, which is why I said this is like one in a lifetime chance, okay? I also feel like once you marry this particular person in here, both of you will definitely have your finances, like you will have that finances together, like you will have this wealth that is going to be very enough to have this family, to build this family. It's almost like to provide for the family. That's what I mean, okay? Both of you are going to be very goal oriented, career oriented, and both of you are going to be, I feel like both of you are going to be the providers of the family in here, not just one person, but I feel like both. And again, because both of you are so invested in this relationship, one of you is not going to feel left out in the cold, okay? One of you will not feel like not being loved, because some relationships just feels like, they have someone in their life, but it doesn't feel like it's enough. They don't feel the passion, they don't feel like they have someone in their life because the other person is just focused somewhere else, or it just lacks passion in there. But this one is something different. With the Five of Pentacles in reverse in here, you will not feel alone in this relationship because it's almost like both of you are on this together. Whatever happens, you're both on this together. I'm seeing a lot of positive cards in here. It's almost like I can't even find something negative, but at the same time, I think I've seen one negative aspect of the relationship, okay? But again, aside from being stable couples in here, I feel like this is going to be something spontaneous for some reason. I feel like both of you will travel a lot, will go into different places and, have this exciting bond. I feel like this is something very exciting, okay? This is not a boring relationship. Um, if you are worried that this is only going to last in the beginnings, in the beginning, this is actually going to last much longer than you expect it to be. And you will definitely enjoy each other's company. This is not like a dry connection. And yeah, with the celebration card in here and the Knight of Wands, just indicates to me that both of you will definitely feel fulfilled and happy in this relationship. It just feels very perfect as well, even though it's not. It sounds like a really good relationship in here. Hmm. To be honest, I'm not sure if you guys are young individuals that are watching this, but despite of being married to this person, you will still feel youthful with this person because this person is kind of I don't want to say that they're immature, but they have this childish kind of nature about them, and you also have this childish you also have this childish nature about you that makes the connection kind of fun in a way, kind of makes it exciting, and it seems like it's so youthful. It doesn't seem stressful. um I'm also getting like another thing is that it's going to be also a sexual relationship, okay? So I do definitely see that you will have a lot of sexual activities with this person. So there's going to be a lot of passion burning in here because both of you are going to be so invested into each other. Even though you got the Knight of Wands in here, it also indicates fleeting fleeting kind of energy in here, but I'm not seeing that this relationship is going to be fleeting. From what I'm seeing is that it's just going to be something passionate, something sexual. So let's get on to the negative aspect of this relationship, okay? Because I feel like the only negative aspect of the relationship is that one or both of you might have a hard time managing time in here, okay? Because, like I said earlier, one or both of you is going to be very career oriented. So that might consume the time that you can spend together. But, even though, yeah, let's get on to the negative thing. So, again, TikTok in here, it's almost like you lack time management in here. It's almost like, I don't know if that's the right term, but it's almost like one person or both of you might not really have, or sometimes you might not really have time for each other. Maybe because the other person is very tired from work, the other person is very busy from work, or busy in work, and you might lose your time together having this beautiful bond. But at the same time, even though there could be times that time is a very big aspect that might affect the relationship, once you find your time with each other, it's going to be very spontaneous, it's going to be very fun and exciting, like you will have travel. But it's just that one or both of you is going to be super focused on work, and it sometimes it might lack like bonding might lack in here for some reason. But when you bond with each other, it's going to be really fun. That's what I mean. So what else? So another thing that I'm getting in here is that both of you are going to be very receptive, okay, towards each other's needs and wants. Very receptive. I'm seeing a lot of generosity in here as well. So both of you might really like expressing yourself using your actions, using, by giving a lot of gifts to each other. It's just, I'm seeing a lot of material things going on in here. So both of you might really express your love using material aspects, like giving gifts, luxuries, or something. So that's what I'm seeing in here. So it's a really good relationship, to be honest. I'm not even sugarcoating this, and I really like this one. So I hope if you feel like this is going to resonate, feel free to leave a comment down below. So yeah, that will be all. Bye. Okay, so for those who chose pile number 4, this is your reading. So how will be your married or marriage life, or whatever it is, married life will be. So you got happy, solitude, 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Tower, 2 of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands in reverse. And you also chose the Queen of Swords, which is one of the options earlier, and it's in reverse. So this is going to indicate your person's personality. But before we even start the reading, I just want to say that I'm going to make this something realistic. So I'm going to be mentioning the positive and the negative aspect of the relationship, because I don't want to sugarcoat this. For some people, it might be something sensitive or a touchy subject to talk about. So some people might get offended, some might get angry or worried about the relationship if ever you hear something negative in the situation. But you know as much as possible, I want to be realistic in here. So yeah, so let's get on to the reading. So I'm going to be starting off with your person's personality first. So your person could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or you could be those signs. I'm seeing Earth as well, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and a little bit of fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, but I'm seeing Earth and air in here predominantly. To be honest, I feel like your person is a serious person, okay? I feel like this person is the type of person who's not really communicative that much. I feel like this person doesn't really like to talk a lot. Um, it's it's almost like it's a very, I'm not saying that this person is like the Queen of Swords, okay? Because whenever I see the Queen of Swords in upright, it's almost like someone defensive, someone serious, someone scary to be with, or something like a terror kind of individual. But in this one, it's actually indicating me that this person is very serious, but at the same time, this person is going to be very sensitive of you, okay? This person is going to be very considerate of your feelings. I feel like this person will not really say something that will hurt your feelings. I feel like this person is just, even though they may come off as serious, I feel like they have this gentle energy about them as well, okay? So for the actual relationship, to be honest, I'm seeing like a difference between you and this person, okay? Because it is possible that your person is someone serious, someone who doesn't talk a lot, and then you're the opposite. It's almost like the yin and yang in here. So it's almost like maybe you are the yang kind of person. Maybe, this happy and Ace of Swords in here is not, is, I see this as something different. It's almost like this is your personality and this is your person's personality. So your person's personality is the Ace of Swords, wherein they don't like talking, they have this serious kind of aspect about them. And then you are this happy card, which is, you are this bright ball of sunshine. You're like very cheerful, very bubbly. So there's definitely a difference between you and this person. And to be honest, this pile is the only different pile, because pile number 1 and pile number 3 and pile number 2, The last pile seems majestic and seems fairy tale like to me, but this one seems like the reality of marriage. So I guess this is something really normal, really realistic in here. So again, I feel like this is going to be a very matured relationship, okay? With the Six of Pentacles and the Page of Wands in here, just indicates to me that this is going to be a very matured relationship because your person is very matured themselves. And you might find this boring, to be honest, because it's almost like you want something fun, you want something that will give you enjoyment, but at the same time, this person is not really that all fun and games kind of person, okay? They don't like being childish. They don't like doing stupid things. I feel like this person has a tendency to break the atmosphere in here. What I mean by that is maybe you're having, that kind of situation where everyone is having fun, and then one person comes in and that person just ruins the energy in there. That's what I'm seeing here. Like, this person might ruin your happy vibe because they see different, or they see life in a different way. They have a different perspective from you because it's almost like you have this inner child, or not inner child, like you have this youthful energy about you, and they have this matured energy about them, which is kind of good because both of you are different individuals, and they say that different individuals are really good to be together because they complement each other. But from what I'm seeing in here, it's almost like this relationship really lacks excite excitement, okay? It lacks enjoyment because your person kind of ruins it, and because your person is kind of like, okay, I feel like this is the masculine. So whoever the masculine here, that person is the one who's very busy in their career, okay? Very, very busy in whatever they are doing. And the female, or the feminine energy in here, is going to be the one, um, who always craves for the masculine's attention, which is very usual, I think, in every relationships. And, again, I feel like this, your person, your person is whatever it is, but I feel like it's your person, okay? Your person is going to be very busy when it comes to their work. This is someone like a workaholic, always wants to be productive. So you might feel being left out in the cold always. You got the solitude and the Five of Pentacles in here, which indicates to me that you might feel bored. You might feel like you don't have a partner because it's almost like, this person is always leaving you out in the cold, and this person is always busy in their work instead of focusing on this relationship. I feel like this person is a really good provider for the family, okay, whether it's a male or a female. But the only thing is that they usually work a lot and they forget other things. It's just that, they like to work, okay, with the Two of Pentacles. They really want to have this stable life, and they want to provide that stable life for the family. And what they are not aware of is that they are forgetting the actual relationship in here, and you actually crave that excitement, you actually crave for this person's attention. And what else? I'm trying to figure this tower. So it might really come to the point wherein both of you will argue a lot because of this lack of time for each other. I'm do seeing that, with the tower in here, like both of you are not really on the same page when it comes to things that you want in this relationship, because what your person wants in this relationship, or what the masculine wants in this relationship, is stability, is to provide for the family. But the female in here wants more intimacy, wants more passion, wants more emotions. So again, you're not on the same level because in the first place, both of you are different individuals. Like, you don't even they say that, I've said earlier that it's almost like, even though both of you are the yin and yang in here, when it comes to the things that you want, it's not even synchronizing. It's not even on the same page, because you want something else and your person wants something else as well. So you're not really meeting each other eye to eye when it comes to this relationship, which is not really satisfying you, the female in here. And with the Ace of Swords, I feel like this, you might not even, um, to be honest, even though this is your future spouse, it's almost like you won't really know this person on a deeper level that much. It's almost like, you are together in one house, but you feel like, you don't know them, because you're not really understanding each other, and you also don't, you're not really having this clear communication with each other. Okay, you lack time, that like you lack time bonding and communication in here. It's almost like the very, opposite of pile number three, because pile number three is that, they really have this bond together, but this one really lacks that. But again, the good thing about this relationship is that it's something matured. It's something, I feel like this is going to be a stable kind of family, but at the same time, you will just feel unfulfilled because of what this person is doing in the relationship. It's almost like the money doesn't really matter anymore when you don't feel the passion, when you don't feel the intimacy from your partner. And the also good thing about this, because I feel like I've talked a lot of negative things about this, which is, it's not really negative. It's actually neutral. It's a neutral relationship. It's a very normal relationship. This always happens. Um, this is going to be a very independent relationship, okay? It's not going to be clingy, it's not going to be codependent, even though the female figure in here is wanting attention from the other person. I feel like both of you are going to be really independent people, okay? And also mature people, which is very important. The only lacking in this relationship is the intimacy, the fire, and time for each other, because your person is not really focusing much on this relationship. But it's almost like, if your person, it's almost like if you will have some type of intimacy with this person, it feels like business. It feels like an obligation. For example, if you will have, a sexual activity with this person, it's almost like you will feel this stoic energy from your person. You will feel, if you will make love with this person, you just feel like you don't feel the passion, because this person, seems very stoic. It's almost like they treat the relationship as like business. I don't know if this person is a Capricorn or something. They say Capricorn treat relationships as businesses. I don't know if that's true, but yeah, whatever. This person is, it's almost like this person is very naive when it comes to expressing themselves, okay? Like they really need to loosen up much more, because it's almost like, because they are so busy in their work, they forget how to romance people, or he or she forgets to romance you. And that's very important in the relationship, but this person really needs to work on that. Yeah, with the Six of Pentacles in here, it's almost like a very stoic relationship with this person. Trying to see more about this connection. Sometimes the female figure or female energy in here may think that, what if I just, give up this connection? What if I just, separate from this person? there could be times that if you are the female figure in here, you will feel like sometimes you just want to get out of the relationship because you feel like you're all alone in this relationship. Okay, you feel like you're not even being recognized by your partner. Like the female energy in here will feel like they're not really prioritized. They're not really being. It's almost like they are being taken for granted a lot. Okay, and this will make the female energy very unhappy. So I think that's all for your reading. I hope this helped. If you feel like this is going to resonate for you, you can leave a comment down below, and that will be all for this reading. Bye.